What's going on, everyone? It's Jason. I'm going to do my early week one Draftkings analysis. On this video, I'm going to do the running backs. So we'll start at the top. Le'Veon Bell. Uh, Here, as I said, Cleveland's really good against running backs. Although Le'Veon Bell's, he's one of those. He's kind of matchup proof because he just gets the ball so much. I'm just a little concerned if he's not getting the work in the preseason and he comes in there right off the bat. It's a division game on the road. Not my favorite spot to play Le'Veon Bell, but I'm gonna have some exposure, just not a ton. David Johnson, intriguing against Washington because everyone's gonna be scared from the injury. I don't think anyone should be. Sam Bradford likes to dump the ball off, so he's gonna get the ball. He's gonna have plenty of opportunities. I don't know that Washington's a great matchup, but he's going to get his opportunity. He's going to be lower on the Bell, so it's definitely a way to pivot off of Bell or Kamara, because Kamara is going to be probably the most highly owned of this group here, and justifiably so. Tampa Bay is just bad all around. He's going to touch the ball a lot through the air, on the ground. Without Ingram there, he's going to get a little bit more workload. I just don't know if the touchdown equity is going to be as insane as it was last year. So it's a great play. I don't mind it, but keep in mind, he's going to be highly owned. Ezekiel Elliott's interesting because it is on the road, and they are an underdog, but he's supposed to get more work in the passing game this year, and they just don't have anybody else, so it's another way to pivot. It's not my favorite one, but I would not be afraid to go there. Leonard Fournette. 7,100 is the thing I like here is just the price. It's too cheap, I think. I think Fournette's as good as some of these higher tier backs. I think he doesn't get the passing work that they may get. But the Giants defense, I'm not afraid of it. I think this could end up being sort of a sneaky shootout, so he definitely could get his too. So 7,100, I definitely like that. So this is where you get to Kareem Hunt on the road, having a new quarterback in there. This is not a way I'm going to go. I think Hunt's production towards the second half of last year kind of went down. You also have Spencer Ware, I think, back in the mix there, if I'm not mistaken. Even if you don't, it's still, I'm not going to take him on the road as an underdog with a rookie quarterback, or second-year quarterback, first-year starting, rather. Melvin Gordon, Chargers. Yeah, I definitely want that. There's no Hunter Henry there. Gordon, same amount of usage. Probably going to get even more usage because they just don't have a tight end there in the red zone, and he could get a lot more looks. And he was already getting like the most looks last year, so definitely want some Melvin Gordon. One of my favorite plays for this week. Saquon Barkley. I'm just wondering, are people going to be like on him, or is maybe this injury scares people off? I'm hoping it does because he could do some damage here, and I think it's interesting. As I was saying before, the Jaguars defense kind of got exposed there towards the end of last year, and I think running backs out of the backfield could be a problem for them, especially trying to catch the ball and go down the middle, things like that. So I'm not afraid there. Christian McCaffrey seems to be getting more work in the passing game and the running game for the Panthers here in the preseason. So something to look at. I don't know that Dallas is the matchup I want to exploit it because I think that game pace is going to be slow. Dalvin Cook against San Francisco. I want all the Dalvin Cook I can get. It's definitely going to be a fantastic play. San Francisco's defense is not going to stop him. So Joe Mixon, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis is going to have a better front up there, so I'm not excited about this matchup on the road. I'm more interested in Cincinnati's passing game, although there's going to be situations this year that Mixon's might be viable, but he is going to have Gio Bernard taking about 40% of his workload away. So here's one, like what nobody's talking about. Everybody's just going to give up on LaShawn McCoy. Yeah, well, yes, the Bills suck, but that makes me even like more leaning on McCoy because whatever quarterback they have, we know they've got him in the backfield. He's going to catch it. He's going to run it. I don't know that on the road in Baltimore would be the great spot, but nobody's going to want him. And if you can get LaShawn McCoy low ownership, I say take him. Kenyon Drake. And Tennessee's, I just kind of see this as a low scoring game. I think because the Dolphins don't necessarily have the passing weapons that they do, really intimidating. Tennessee is going to probably focus on Drake, so I don't think it's a great spot for him in this situation. So probably not going to have much Drake. McKinnon, he's injured. I wouldn't touch him against Minnesota anyway. Ingram's out. Oh, I love Alex Collins. This is the spot here. Huge favorite at home, Baltimore against Buffalo. I think you're going to lean on him a lot. Alex Collins did really good towards the end of last year. He's looking really good in camp. Solid pick all around. Derrick Henry against Miami. Again, in that humidity, I'm not going there. I think it's going to be low scoring. Lamar Miller against New England. Lamar Miller had a couple games last year where he was viable. I think the Seattle game was probably the most viable in that game. Just went insane. I don't see this game doing that, so I'm probably not going to go there. Sonny Michael, no. Juice is out. Ivory, no. All of these are backups. Duke Johnson, I just think with Hyde there, and I don't know, Duke Johnson can get you like 15, 20 points possibly if he gets in the end zone, but it's sort of a risky play, and I think even more risky this year, especially with Tyrod there, because Tyrod could run it in when he get down to the goal line, whereas I think in years past, I think a lot of these people were more willing to. A lot of these quarterbacks were willing to throw it to Johnson out of the backfield. Tyrod might just run it in if it gets in that spot. Chris Thompson probably not going to play. Hurt still. I think Devontae Booker is going to lose his job to Freeman, that's probably my favorite pick right here, 4,500 Royce Freeman. But if he does get the starting out, expect his ownership to shoot up pretty quick. Jim Bernard's getting a nice workload, but I don't know, it's enough to justify 4,400 for me. Peyton Barber, forgotten about there. That's something to look at. It's a low-owned play. I think people are going to forget about that one. Everyone's going to want to play Burkhead, 4,200. Of course, if he's hurt, that can change everything as well. We'll see how that plays out. And there's one other running back I was interested in down here. Wilkins for Indianapolis. I think a lot of the running backs in Indianapolis are getting hurt. So if it ends up being the starter and there's nobody else healthy, then he definitely becomes a nice value play at running back. That's pretty much all I've got at running back. I think a lot of the plays are obvious. I think if I had to take three of them, I'm going Kamara, I'm going Dalvin Cook, and on the cheap side, I'm going Alex Collins, and I'm keeping a close eye on that Denver situation. If Freeman gets the job, that'd be my fourth pick. That's about it, everyone. Running backs. Later, everybody.